Alright, so we are here with the fourth and final part of the limited time event for the Inazuma thing. Part 4 just unlocked for me. It's called Automaton Front, and of course you'll be fighting, as I like to call, Mechanical Hypostasis. And Mechanical Hypostasis is otherwise known as Perpetual Array, and of course the only reason why you're doing this is because you want this sexy mama, and I won't blame you for wanting her because my goodness does she make me feel some sort of way. But of course, Beidou is here to help you out, and of course you need to earn her respect, so of course you want to fight this thing many times, because not only do you want her, but of course this shop here is also filled to the brim with things you need. So, I'm going to be doing this free to play, and I'll also be showcasing of course, my own way of beating it with my overpowered squad at the end of the video, but for the breakdown of my units, very quick. Traveler, using Fillet Blade because I don't want to use Festering Desire because it is a limited time event weapon and I don't want to exclude anyone from fighting this boss with gear they don't have. So let's use Fillet Blade instead. We have artifacts. 4-piece Noblesse is fine. You can use 4-piece Gladiator, 2-piece Archaic Petra, I don't care, as long as you can do damage. Constellation 6 with Geo Traveler should be very easily obtained because it is completely free to play and you shouldn't be here if you don't have C6, let's be real. Her talents are at 7, 11, 11, but of course you can do whatever you want. Amber is going to be using a Raven Bow, and the reason why is because I need to nerf myself, because my artifacts here are really good as well, and her Constellation, even though it's 2, you can use that at 0, doesn't matter. Amber is just fine at C0, but the problem is that I'm trying to triple crown her, and yeah, if I max out my stats here and use something like a Slingshot or a Prototype Crescent, it will make the fight a little bit more unrealistic than it needs to be. So I'm going to nerf myself and by using the Raven Bow, I feel like it'd be safe. Noelle here is actually only going to be using her shield. She has a white blinded scaled defense. Same thing with retracing Bolide. And Constellation that's 6, further giving me a reason not to use her for terms of damage. And of course, she's also maxed out here for level 80 character, so yet again, I really don't want to use her for DPS, and so I won't. Lisa is here to help with her burst. Mappa Mare, artifacts are 4-piece Instructor, as I like to set her that way. Not very leveled, just making sure that she is just here to catalyze overload when the machine is paralyzed. She is at C2, but the only thing that you really need to pay attention to is this. But even if you don't have it, as long as you have that little lightning rose thing to activate, you'll be fine. You can replace her with Xiangling for the double power bonus, and that's pretty self-explanatory. But for me, I like to mix things up a little, you know. Anyway, that's enough. Let's get into the fight. There is no like buffs or anything like the previous limited time event fights or anything. It's just you, Mechanical Hypostasis, and a Ring of Death. So let's continue. So the first thing you notice when you get into the arena is these. The little 2 Electrograna plants. And they will summon either the 3 crystals that give you the buff, or they will actually summon the big rock that will charge over time and release a big ton of energy that will damage the opponent. So it could be a toss-up as to what will spawn in, but regardless they'll help you buff in case if you're looking for that extra little bit of help. But the biggest help in my opinion is food. So let's eat a jade parcel. And perhaps I'll give myself some jewelry soup because just in case I do get hit. You have potions here. I don't have Pyro or Geo on me, but if you do have them, I strongly advise that you do use them because it'll just make your fight that much easier. But yeah, that's pretty much all you need to know for this fight. And yeah, let's start. Okay, Traveler out. And just drop a rock real quick, because there is a preparation phase for easy damage. And just use Amber and fire some arrows. Here you can run away, and you can preemptively stop the laser from firing at you, which is pretty cool. Or you can go underneath it, which is also pretty cool. Here, if you see red flash, just dash once, you get out of damage really easily. And swap back to Amber to do some extra damage. Same thing here, if you see red, just dash. And just sort of run away from him. Don't get too close, because he could activate the shield or the sword. Well, here we are. We have rocks now, which is cool. And yeah, let's charge this thing up.
I must leave no.
If you need to get close to him to activate, and don't do it too early. Wait for the health bar to spawn in. Now you can do it. Okay. Very easy. Let's go over here, activate Lisa's Burst, and of course use Amber's Burst, and just start overloading the hell out of this guy. You want to activate Noelle's Burst if you want for DPS, or drop a rock, it really does not matter, and continue to overload. And you're done. After that, most likely you will not be able to finish him once, but once the shield goes down, you can do more damage. It really is not that hard. Drop another rock, and guess what? You're done. Now, that was kind of the best case scenario. There are other minions that can spawn in and be chosen as the one you need to kill. The crab is particularly annoying, but I suggest just staying near those crystals in case if you want to burst open their shield or just do some extra damage in the first place. But really, it's not that difficult. As a matter of fact, let me do it again. This time without bursts, so I wonder if this will get very interesting or not. Actually, now that I think about it, if I don't have bursts up, but I don't want to do it too weirdo mode, I'll just nerf some of her artifacts. So let's try... Where's Retracing Bolide? I'll give her a bad feather, and I'll give her an attack crown. Sure, why not? Her weapon I will also replace with a... let's give her a debate club. Alright. Same practice. Drop a rock and just sort of keep firing some arrows. This time let's go underneath them. There's another way of fighting them. Very easy. Get away from them because they could potentially run at you. Alright, look at that. So instead, now we have the crystals that give you the buff. And of course, they won't activate until you walk near them. So let's just wait for the health bar to spawn in. And that buff is actually pretty nasty. So just use Noelle if you want. One hit is all it takes to stun that guy. And all you gotta do is just do some extra damage here. That's how easy it is. You can also use Traveler's Rock here. Use Amber's thing here. And continue to do damage. And let him get up, I guess, to give him some mercy. But of course, you don't really do that, so you want to keep fighting him. And by now, should be like 1 or 2 hits away. Come on, do your best. Hit me, please. Dash once. Boop. Fire some arrows. And you're dead. Goodbye. Very easy. Very simple fight. Just take advantage of the buffs if you need to. If not, if you haven't been eating food already. And this should be a walk in the park for you. And of course, before we leave, we have to do what we came here to do. And that's making sure that our waifu comes home. Alright, Beidou, come along. So good. Thank you for the 5-star glitter. Because, I didn't need much of her. But yeah, alright. Have a good weekend, and I hope everyone is able to get Beidou and all the other prizes very easily. I wish you a good time.
Stabilize!
Take flight!
Ah! Solidify! I will have order! Furnace!
Sakura swirl! A blade embraces its duty.